Hello everyone, I welcome you all in the Civic Chapter 3rd, the Union Executive Part 2. In the first part, we have discussed about President and functions and work of President for the nation, even impeachment method too, even to whom he or the she appoints. That list also we have discussed in the earlier video. In this video we are going to study Prime Minister and Council of Ministers, and PM and the Council of Ministers role in running central government, that is Union Executive, we are going to study in this video. So students, be ready for watching this video and learning more regarding the Union Executive. See, Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers, the President is the constitutional head. President is the constitutional head, but in reality his powers are nominal, and the Prime Minister along with his Council of Ministers is responsible for the administration. Means PM is responsible, even Council of Ministers is responsible for the running administration on the name of President. And we will now see the role and functions of the Prime Ministers. So means at the beginning I have told you what we are going to learn and study in this video. Yes, the powers and the functions of Prime Minister and Council of Ministers. So only the 2 points we are going to study here. Yes, so be ready. At the beginning, see, the party which attains a majority in elections, like which party get the majority in the elections, nominates their leader as the Prime Minister. The Council of Ministers is then form of trustworthy colleagues from within the party. Who includes in the Council of Ministers? Those who are the trustworthy colleagues of that party, and that party's leader become Prime Minister. Take excellent example of the BJP. BJP's colleagues or the trustworthy people are in the cabinet ministries or Council of Minister, and his leader Narendra Modi is the PM. And the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers must be member of the Parliament. Yes, Lok Sabha member or the Rajya Sabha member. In case they are not members, they are required to get elected to the Parliament within 6 months of the appointment, and the government will reality is run by the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. This means that the real executive powers are vested in the Prime Minister and Council of Ministers. Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers, whole power is in their hands. Then functions of the Prime Minister. See, the foremost task of the PM is to form his Council of Ministers. First number. While doing this, the Prime Minister gives a priority to trustworthy colleagues while considering their administrative experience, governance skills, efficiency, and the technical expertise. Even students, you also forming any one team, you see the skills of your friends. After deciding upon the members of the Council of Ministers, the PM allocates the portfolios, departments, subjects to them, and the Prime Minister leads the Council of Ministers. The Prime Minister chairs all the meetings of the Council of Ministers. See, any one meeting, it is headed by the Prime Minister. He remains present there. Not only this, after allocation of portfolios, departments, that is education, health, many other, the Prime Minister has to maintain coordination in the working of various departments. Coordination. Facilitate cooperation among the departments. One department to another one department, he create the cooperation. Even supervise the working of these departments, each and every department, in order to maintain efficiency and efficacy. Efficacy and the efficiency means like the all-round development he wants to do for the nation. So all this duty directly or indirectly he or the she does. The Prime Minister also has the various other responsibilities, such as to raise the image of the country in the international area and work towards achieving the favorable opinion globally, to develop trust among people, and to provide the strong support to people who are victims of any disasters, etc. Yes, it is the duty of Prime Minister. And like as a leader of the nation, means Prime Minister, if is extraordinary, he take the support from the other nations, you know very well. Then do you know one fact has been given here? Have you heard about Jumbo Ministry? Jumbo means like the number of ministers in the ministry, in the Council of Ministers. This refer to the huge Council of Ministers. There was a trend to keep a large Council of Ministers in our country. Yes, it was a tendency. Later the constitutional amendment was made to limit the size of the Council of Ministers, and as per this amendment, the number of ministers in the council should not be more than 15% of the total number of members in the Lok Sabha. Means 552's 50%, you will get the exact number means of the ministers in the Council of Ministers. Next, see functions of Council of Ministers. First number, in a parliamentary form of government, the Council of Ministers takes initiative beginning in the process of law making. First duty is there to work for the law making. The scheme, policy plans, etc. are drafted and discussed and then introduced in the House, Lok Sabha or the Rajya Sabha. And the Council of Ministers discusses important questions before making a decision. Means introduction of the bill, like the discussion, debates, as well as helping to make that bill convert into law. Second, education, agriculture, industry, health, foreign relations, among others, are subjects upon which the Council of Ministers has to decide specific policies or direction of work. Yes, in all these subjects they play their major role, and the Parliament needs to be taken into confidence about the policy decision taken by the government. Yes, confidence is necessary, or to win that confidence is necessary, and therefore the ministers of respective departments lay their policy plans in the House to bring about a discussion on it. It is the duty of the responsible minister of that department, like the introducing the plans or the policies, as well as the drawbacks, problems facing in that policy, and how we can help like them forming or implementing that policy. Everything he or the she declares in that one. It is the function. Third number one, implementation of policy. Once the policy become ready for the entire nation, then its duty to implement that policy is the foremost responsibility of the Council of Ministers. Yes, Council of Ministers, and the responsible minister and his other members, state minister and the bureaucrats, help him to implement this policy in the whole nation. And once the Parliament approves the laws, the Council of Ministers implements them. Yes, after like allowing to implement or approving these laws. Next one, that is, how does the Parliament keep a check over the executive? How, like you keep eye on your parents' activities, or the parents keep eye on your activities, the same way how do they they keep a check over the executive? In a parliamentary system like India of the government, the legislature tries to keep control over the executive, that is Council of Ministers. How that one? See, the control is exercised in the law making or policy making process, implementation of the policies, and even after that also. And a few ways of the exercising control are given here. Out of that one we are going to see here. Yes, first number, discussions and debate. Like the discussion and the debate through, they keep eye on the executive. debate and discussions among the members of the House, Lok Sabha or the Rajya Sabha, are an integral part of the law making process. Both are necessary, and these debates and the discussions help the members to scrutinize, like what is the correct, what is the bad, what is the good, what should remove from that one. Everything it includes in the scrutinize the policy proposals and the laws and point out the shortcomings, like they come closer, like what to do and what not to do. These discussions are essentials for the creation of healthy laws. And who plays a major role here? Like the Council of Ministers plays a major role, like the organizing the discussions, organizing the debates, taking part in that one, like the playing the active role in it, and how that laws as well as the policies are the necessary for the nation's development. Everything he declares very well. Second number one method is there, question R. Question R. During parliamentary session, the proceedings of the House begins with question asked by the member of the House, like that at the beginning, like the respective minister or the opposition party member ask questions. The concerned ministers are supposed to give satisfactory answers to these questions, and the question R is one of the most effective ways of keeping a check over the Council of Ministers. Yes, second number one, discussion debate first number, question R second number. And the during question R, members criticize the government and ask questions on various issues. Yes, and sometimes when a member is not satisfied with the answer of the minister, arguments take place. And occasionally what happens, see, members walk out of the house or enter into the well of the house and give slogans to record their protest one. Many other ways you have watched on the television when the session was going on, okay, in the Lok Sabha or the Rajya Sabha. Third number one, 0R. 0R, during the parliamentary sessions, the period around 12 noon is called 0R. Once again, see, during the parliamentary sessions, the period around the 12 noon is called 0R. During this period, any question of public importance can be raised and discussed. Public importance related questions generally they ask in the 0R, and they take decisions on that one. Don't forget that one. Third number one, 0R. Fourth number, no confidence motion. This is one of the most effective ways to keep a check on the Council of Ministers. Like I say, which one? Discussion, debate, asking question, 0R, this one, and no confidence motion is the most important. The government stays in power till it enjoys the support of majority in a Lok Sabha. Means till there is confidence, remains in the power. No confidence, they should leave their post. If the member of the parliament withdraw the support, it may lead to loss of majority and the government cannot stay in power. Yes, this point is very important. And the members of the house can move a no confidence motion by simply expressing, we do not have confidence in the government. We do not have confidence in the government. If the motion is passed with the majority support, then the Council of Ministers has to resign. See students, till the confidence, yes, they remain on their position or the post. If there is no confidence, they should resign their post. So it is very important. Means in your day-to-day life also, see students, if there is a confidence, then only like as a you remain at that position, otherwise you should leave that place. Yes, it is a common matter. And lastly, what we have studied here, see, like as a there is an the executive bureaucracy that works under the executive. We will study this bureaucracy, means like the officers and all, IAS, IPS and all, in the 6th number chapter. So hope that one. Here we have discussed as well as studied the powers and the functions of the Prime Minister and powers and functions of the Council of Ministers, even how they keep eye on, and like they check their activities through the debate, discussion, as well as asking questions, and zero or even no confidence points. In this way we have studied this chapter. Yes, you have